Good morning standard 5 students. Today in this class we will revise chapter 1, the skeletal system and the muscular system. So let us start with the skeletal system. The skeletal system. Skeletal system works as a support structure for your body. It gives the body its shape, allows movement, makes blood cells and provides protection for organs and store minerals. The skeletal system you can see in this picture. It is the internal support of the body. It is made up of bones and joints. Let us see about more. Skeleton. What is a skeleton? The skeleton is the framework of bones that gives shape to the body and protects the soft, delicate internal organs such as heart and lungs. The skeleton also enables the movement of the body and protects our internal organs. For example, the skull protects the brain and the rib cage protects the heart and lungs. That means it gives support to the body and it also protects the internal soft organs of the body, and it also enables the movement of the body also. Now bones. The adult human skeleton is made up of 206 bones, whereas a human child has more than 350 bones. As the child grows, some of the bones fuse together. That means the child has more bones than adult human being, because as the child grows, the bones are fused together and they become a single bone. Bones differ in size and shape. Like in our body, different size and shapes of the bones are present there. Our fingers and toes have short bones, small bones, whereas our arm and leg bones are thigh bone. The thigh bone is the longest bone in our body. You can see here is internal structure of the bone. Bone has bone marrow also, where red blood cells are made, and two types of structure is there in compact bone and spongy bone. So in the internal structure you can see here the spongy bone and some bones are compact bone. This is the internal structure of the bone. Now let us see about more. Fact and terms. The study of bones is called osteology. Bones weigh little and make up only 12% of your body weight. That means the whole weight whatever you have, 12% of that is only bone. Now parts of the skeletal system, you can see there are different parts in our skeletal system. These are skull, rib cage, spine or backbone, limbs, forelimbs and hind limbs, and girdles, pelvic and pectoral girdles. Now let us see about them. The skull. The cranium skull is the skeletal structure of the head that supports the face and protects the brain. The skull is the structure that protects our soft internal organ, that is brain. It is subdivided into facial bones and the brain case or cranial. Cranial bones protect the brain and facial bone is the bones present in the face. The facial bones underlie the facial structures from the nasal cavity, encloses the eyeballs and support the teeth of the upper and lower jaws. These are coming under facial bones. The rounded brain case surrounds and protects the brain and houses the middle and inner ear structure also. You can see here is skull. There are eye sockets in which eyes are protected, nasal also, nose cavity also here. And you can see the upper and lower jaw also has bony structure, and upside is cranial bones that protects the cranium, that is brain. Now in the adult, the skull consists of 22 individual bones. That means our skull has 22 bones, 21 of which are immobile and united into a single unit. The bones in the skull is mostly immovable, only the lower jaw. The 22nd bone, that is mandible or lower jaw, that is the only movable bone in the skull. The backbone or spine. The skull is attached to the backbone at its base. That means at the end of the backbone, it is attached to the skull. Forms the main axis of the body. It consists of 33 small bones. Each bone is called vertebra, and each of these bones are vertebra. Therefore, the backbone is also known as vertebral column. It protects the spinal cord. Inside the vertebral column, spinal cord is protected, which is a bundle of nerves that extends downward from the brain. From the medulla of the brain, the last part, it connects with the spinal cord. Backbone is made up of many small bones, so we are able to twist and bend. If our backbone would have been only one single bone, then it would not be possible to bend our back. So our backbone is made up of 33 small bones. You can see the backbone. There are different small bones that are connected at the joints. Now rib cage. Ribs are thin, flat and curved bones. They form the protective cage that surrounds the lungs and the heart. The lungs and the heart are the soft organs which is protected inside the rib cage, serving as an important means of bony protection for these vital organs. They protect the bone because these are very soft organs. The rib cage consists of 24 ribs, that means 12 pairs of ribs, and in the middle of the rib cage there is sternum. They are joined to the backbone at the back. The last two pairs of ribs are not joined to the sternum in front and they are known as floating ribs. They are joined to the backbone only in front, they are floating in the thoracic cavity. That is why it is known as floating ribs. You can see a rib cage, all these bones, 12 pairs of ribs are there. All these 12 pairs are joined at the back to the backbone, all these, and only the 11 and 12 are free. That is why they are known as floating ribs, because in front they are not joined to the sternum. You can see here all other bones are joined. Now next we will see about muscles. Our skeletal system is covered with muscles. You cannot see any of your bone in your body. All these bones are covered with muscles. There are more than 600 muscles in our body. And what are muscles? Muscles are made up of long, strong fibers, and the muscular system is responsible for the movement of the human body. Without the muscles, the only bone cannot move. Muscles are tough, elastic and fleshy, strong tissues in our body. Some muscles are attached to the bones. These muscles pull the bones and help in the movement. That means muscles help in the movement by pulling the bones. You can see muscular system in our body. Whole body is covered with muscles. In this picture you can see it. Now what is the function of the muscle? The muscle help to walk and jump. The arm muscles help us to lift the things. With the arm we are lifting the things with the help of our arm muscles. The face muscles help to smile, frown, and the eye muscles help us to blink and read. Facial muscle gives the different expression of our face also. Muscles which are not attached to the bones do things like pushing food into the alimentary canal, pumping the blood, etc. That means our internal organs like our intestine, our circulatory system or the arteries and veins, these are made up of only muscles, they do not have bones. So they do all the internal function of the body, that is circulation, breathing, pumping the blood, etc. Types of muscles. There are two types of muscles, voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles. As the name suggests, these types of muscles either attach either directly to the bones or indirectly. These muscles can be controlled our own will, that means it can be controlled by ourselves. These are found in arms, legs, eyes, tongue, etc. Thus, while reading, writing, walking or running, we use voluntary muscles and they are under our control. If I wish, I will walk, otherwise I will not walk. So that means it is under the control of our will. They are also known as skeletal muscles since they are attached to the skeleton, that is why they are known as skeletal muscles also. Now involuntary muscles. These muscles are not under our control. These muscles are found in the internal body organs and works automatically because all the internal function of the body we cannot control. The control actions like the movement of the food in the alimentary canal, the flow of blood and the movement of eye muscles are not under our control. They are also known as smooth muscles because they do not have any bones attached with them. You can see cardiac muscle, this is the third type of muscle. These muscles are found only in the heart. These are involuntary muscles responsible for pumping blood throughout the body. They are also not attached with the bone, they are also a smooth muscle. Now some important terms are there. Vertebrates. Animals that have a backbone are called vertebrates, example tiger, snakes, etc. Invertebrates. Animals that do not have a backbone, they are known as invertebrates, examples earthworm, cockroaches, they do not have backbone. Atlas, the uppermost vertebra of the is known as, vertebral column is known as atlas. Now about the limbs, we have two pairs of limbs, the forelimbs and the hind limbs. Forelimbs, as the name suggests, it is our arms in human body, it is arms. The forelimb can be divided into upper arm, the forearm and the hand. The upper arm of the body extends from the shoulder to the elbow and it provides strength for pulling and lifting. The forearm is a part of the forelimb between the wrist and the elbow. The upper arm has only one bone as humerus, and the lower arm has two bones called radius and ulna. You can see here the picture is also showing here the upper single bone is humerus and the lower arm has two bones, ulna and radius. In the hand you can see many small bones are present. Now hind limbs, that is legs. Our hind limbs we call it legs. The leg consists of upper leg, knee, lower leg, ankle and foot. The femur is the thigh bone, which is the largest bone in our body. The base of the femur makes a part of knee. The lower leg has two bones called tibia and fibula, and the ankle and the toes have many small bones. Just like hand, it is also same structure, but the names of the bones are different. You can see here also the upper leg has only one single bone called femur, and the lower has two bones, fibula and tibia. You can see tarsals and metatarsals, these are toes and fingers, they have many small bones. Now girdles. The pelvic girdle is a ring of bones attached to the vertebral column that connects the bones of the lower limbs to the axial skeleton. That means with the main skeleton our limbs are connected, our lower limb, that is legs, are connected with the help of pelvic girdle. And a pectoral girdle, also referred to as shoulder girdle, connects our upper limbs, that is our arms, to the bones along the axis of your body, that means with the skeleton. You have two pectoral girdles in your body, left and right, and two pelvic girdles also left and right. You can see here shoulder girdle, that is also known as pectoral girdle here, left and right, and here you can see arm, and here leg also you can see the pelvic girdle, right and left, and you can see the leg is connected with the pelvic girdle and the arm is connected with the pectoral girdle to our axial skeleton. Now joints. Without joints movement is not possible. Joints are two kinds, movable joints and immovable. Some joints are not movable. What is a joint? A joint is the meeting place of two bones that help us in the movement. What are ligaments? The bones that are held together by strong tissues called ligaments. Movable joints. Most joints are movable. There are four kinds of movable joints. Ball and socket joint. This type of joint allows movement in the many directions. The shoulder joint and the hip joint are examples of ball and socket joint. In this joint there is a ball like structure and there is a socket that connects with each other. So it can give the motion in all direction. You can see the picture also here given. Movement in all three planes it allows because it has a ball like structure and a socket like structure that fits together. Shoulder and hip joints are ball and socket joint. This type of joint is multi-axial, that means it can move in all three planes. Now hinge joint. It works like the hinges of the door, that means in one direction only. This type of joint allows back and forth movement. Bones in the knee, elbow, fingers and toes have this type of joint. It can move the bones only in one direction. Knee is the largest hinge joint in our body. You can see the picture also here, how it is connected here. It is like the hinges of the door, in one direction only it works. So it is our elbow which has hinge joint. It is our human knee where also hinge joint is present. It also move only in one direction. This is all hinge joint. Now next, pivot joint. Pivot joint is also called rotary joint. This type of joint is found between the skull and the first two vertebrae of the spine. It allows you to move your head up and down and sideways, left and right. The moving bone rotates within a ring that is formed from a second bone and adjoining ligament. You can see the picture also. Here you can see the pivot joint here. This is the pivot joint here. So in the skull moves in the first and C1 and C2. These are the axis in which our skull rotates. So it is also known as rotary bone. Now gliding joint. This joint allows the bones to glide past one another in any direction along the plane of the joint. Some of the bones in your wrist and ankles move by gliding against each other. We can bend our back easily because of this joint in between the vertebrae of the back vertebral column. We can see a gliding joint in the ankle and wrist shown here in this picture. So, it is gliding joint that is present in our ankle and wrist. Some revision questions are also there for you. What is the skeletal system? The skeletal system is the framework of bones that provide shape and support to our body and help us in movement. So, the main work of the skeletal system is to provide shape and support, and it also helps in movement. Without this, the movement is not possible. What are ribs and rib cage? Ribs are thin, flat and curved bones that forms the rib cage. They form a protective cage around the heart and lungs called the rib cage. They protect the heart and lungs. Explain cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles, these muscles are found in the heart. They are involuntary muscles responsible for the pumping of blood throughout the body. They are involuntary in the sense because they are not under our control. The heart pumps the blood all 24 hours and the whole lifetime. So, we cannot control the pumping of the blood. So, it is involuntary muscle. What are voluntary muscles? Voluntary muscles, most of the muscles in our body are voluntary muscles. They are under our control. We can run, walk, bend and stretch with the help of voluntary muscles in our arms and legs and our face, our eye muscles. These are all voluntary muscles. Thank you students. Now the chapter revision is over. We will meet in the next class. Thank you again.